Let the girl dance.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Silvas.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
Welcome back to Slot Rods, and welcome back to our Wintertime Points Championship Series we call Slot Rods Underground.
It's been a long, cold winter, and over the course of 3 nights we did 9 rounds of racing, and tonight we will crown a champion.
Just to remind everybody, on night 3, we increased the points to 5 points for crossing start, 6 points for crossing the finish line in your own lane, 12 points for a win, 0 points for disqualification, giving you 23 possible points per round.
When we last left you, Bootleg and Vengeance were tied for first place with 104 points. Cannonball was in third with 102, Golgotha was in fourth with 99, and Black and Blue was in fifth with 97.
Valentine and Good Vibes are tied for sixth with 92 points. The Bird sits alone at 8th with 90 points. Madbird and Nightmare are tied for 9th at 85 points.
And the lower 5 cars of the top 10 are not safe from Old Heavy, Kells Corvair, GetX, and Poison.
So there's still going to be a lot of exciting racing left in this last round of competition.
At the top of round 3, we have Old Heavy versus the Magic 8 Ball.
Ooh, Tony, looks like 8 Ball's back on track.
Something must have happened to Old Heavy because 8 Ball took that one by 4 car lengths.
Bringing the 8 Ball to 51 points, and that brings Old Heavy up to 90 points, which ties him with the Bird for 8th place.
Round 3, race 2. A couple more 724 cars. The 57 Plymouth Fury called Christine versus the 57 Chevrolet called Ruby.
Christine come off the line first, which was a good thing because Ruby immediately stuck the tires and cross-centered, giving Christine the win.
Also resulting in Ruby getting 0 points for the round and bringing Christine up off the bottom of the list with 45 points.
Round 3, race 3, the Prince from the 724 versus the Mad Bird from the Razor's Edge. Oh, man, that's a catastrophe. Cars got all tangled up about the 100-foot line, and all hell broke loose.
The Madbird got off the line first, got out about a half a car in front of the Stingray, and then proceeded to cross center, losing power. Then the Stingray T-boned the Madbird,
Sending the Stingray straight into camera 2, and the Madbird rolling and tumbling down the racetrack.
Everybody crossed on that. It was like someone out of somebody's lane.
Giving the Madbird 0 points and Prince 5 points for crossing the starting line.
bringing Prince up to 74 points.
Round 3, race 4, 2 of the 724's finest. Kelly Calkins in Valentine versus Keith Bean in the Bird. Now that's a drag race.
Sure as hell was. You might have to take a look at that, but I think it was Val.
They were dead nuts, even from the starting line to camera 2.
Right at the finish line, Valentine managed to nose him out.
Unfortunately, I don't think 115 points is going to be enough to win this thing, but it should guarantee Valentine a spot in the top 5.
Round 3, race 5, 2 more 724 cars struggling in the middle of the list. Cab over Pete versus Wicked.
It was a great start, and Wicked got out to a pretty good lead, and Cab Over just couldn't close the gap.
Oh, look how close Cab Over was to coming around him on the big end. He only lost by half a car.
Giving Wicked the win and 81 points, and bringing Cab Over Pete up to 58.
Round 3, race 6, the 84 Chevy truck from the 412 called Blue Bayou, and the Vega from the Razor's Edge called Grumpy's Toy.
Vega won that one at the line. He got out about a half a car and kept it till the finish.
Giving Grumpy's Toy the win and bringing him up to 72 points, and Blue Bayou up to 33.
Round 3, race 7. We're up to some more 724 on 724 crime. Keith in the GetX versus Ed in the Contender.
The GetX was off the line like a dart, and the Contender blew the tires off and lost power.
Giving GetX 94 points and stalling the Contender's rise at 59.
Round 3, race 8, the Dodge Daytona from the Razor's Edge called Exodia versus Kelly's Corvair from the 724.
Dude, that Daytona's been running strong.
Well, I think I finally figured out what was wrong with the Corvair.
Exodia was asleep on the starting line, but I don't know, he could have caught that Chevy anyhow.
Corvair by 4 cars.
Bringing Kelly's Corvair to 95 points and Exodia to 72.
Round 3, race 9, Jake Rendos in Vengeance versus his teammate Jessica in Scoutrageous.
Vengeance made his usual super fast pass, and Scoutrageous looked like she was spinning a tire at the line.
And that was Vengeance by a school bus, and that gives Vengeance a whopping 127 points.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new number 1.
Bootleg's the only one that can catch him now.
Round 3, race 10, the Red Reaper versus the Batmobile.
And the Red Reaper finally made a pass.
Yeah, the Batmobile was trying to reel him back in, but he just ran out of real estate.
Red Reaper for the win, and that brings him up to 92 points and the Batmobile to 85.
Round 3, race 11, we have Poison from the 724 and Superbad from the Razor's Edge.
The Super was off the line first, and there was no way Tim was going to close that gap.
That's Superbad for the win, bringing him up to 57 points and Poison up to 70.
Round 3, race 12, the Willys called Golgotha takes on the Ford Fairlane called Black and Blue.
You picked a terrible time to fall asleep at the line.
Oh, all of that testing for nothing.
Golgotha for the win, bringing him up to second place with 122 points. And Black and Blue is dropping down the list at 108.
Round 3, race 13, Grim Reaper versus On a Budget, who apparently has not found the budget for a photo yet.
On a Budget managed to squeeze out a win by about a half a car, giving him 45 points and Grim Reaper 72.
What could be the last race of a 724 legend, the Super Beetle called Good Vibes versus her teammate, the 64 Chevy 2 called 420 Time.
I sense a theme with those two cars.
Whew, look at the booty shake on that Beetle. Like I said last time, that chassis is hosed. I'm just glad it made it down the track.
Well, it did more than that. It guarantees Good Vibes one more race because she's tied with Valentine again.
Round 3, race 15, 2 cars from the 412, 911 versus the Fireball.
.911 got off to the early lead, but Fireball passed her camera 2 and took the win.
.911 almost hung on long enough, but Fireball managed to get around her for 57 points, moving him to the top of the rookie class, and 911 tops out at 46 points.
Round 3, race 16, the Eliminator from the 412 versus the Cannonball from the 724. You know, the Eliminator has a chance to play the spoiler and knock Cannonball out of the top 5.
Looks like the Cannonball's... Oh, no, he's not. He crossed.
Let's go to the finish line camera, see if he crossed before or after finish.
Before.
That gives the Eliminator the win and knocks Cannonball out of the top 5.
And that brings us down to race 17 and to the last car who has a chance to tie vengeance for first place. Bootleg will be taking on the Nightmare.
They left at the same time, but Nightmare was just too light and too fast. Nightmare takes the win, giving his teammate Vengeance first place and the championship.
Vengeance takes first place with 127 points, and Golgotha takes second with 122.
Razor's Edge really made a statement here in the Underground. Bootleg, Valentine, and Good Vibes are tied for third place with 115 points.
Nightmare and Black and Blue are tied for sixth with 108 points. Cannonball took 8th. The Bird took 9th, and Kelly's Corvair got the highly coveted 10th spot.
Yeah, because GetX, Red Reaper, and Old Heavy are all at 11th, 12th, and 13th place. And you know they were hoping to crack the top 10.
Mad Bird and the Batmobile are tied for 14th. Wicked took 16th, and 420 Time took 17th. And that's the top half of your list.
And out of all the cars that entered just before round 3, Superbad and Fireball shocked everybody by landing at 27th.
Much to the chagrin of the Magic 8 Ball, who came in 29th.
That just leaves us the job of cleaning up the top 10. And first, we have to decide who's in 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
After drawing chips, it was decided that Valentine and Bootleg would race for 5th place, and the winner would race Good Vibes for 3rd and 4th.
Well, that was no disappointment. That was a drag race. Bootleg forced Valentine into the 5th place spot. Now, let's see who's going to take 3rd and 4th.
I'll be surprised if Good Vibes has one more win in that chassis. We knew we were retiring her tonight. I got her through 3 rounds of racing with basically hopes and prayers and toothpicks and bubblegum.
Woo! Look at that rear end swinging side to side.
Left lane.
Shame that rear end didn't have one more run in it. If she could have just stuck them tires one last time, she might have beat them.
That's Bootleg by 3/4 of a car length, giving him 3rd, Good Vibes 4th, and Valentine 5th.
Just leaving us with the business of deciding who's in 6th and 7th, which should have given Nightmare and Black and Blue the last race of the night. However, due to time constraints, we had to take that race with us to Monessen, where we were holding the showdown in Motown 2 weeks later.
So here's a little preview of what the Razor's Edge Raceway looks like.
Mark Rendos's racetrack uses the Pro-Style tree, and since that was my first time down that track, I red-lighted by about a mile.
Giving the win to Nightmare and giving him 6th place, and Black and Blue number 7. Let's go to the winner's circle for the trophy presentation.
I'm rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to give the first ever Underground Points Chase Trophy to Jake Rendos in Vengeance.
Very much. What team is he?
Show the trophy.
What team does he run for? What team are you for?
Razor's Edge. Thank you for having us.
And that gives us a new top 10 in the Slot Rod universe.
Number 1 is Vengeance. Number 2 is Golgotha. Number 3 is Bootleg. Number 4 is Good Vibes. Number 5 is Valentine. Number 6 is Nightmare. Number 7 is Black and Blue. Number 8 is Cannonball. Number 9, The Bird. And 10 is Kel's Corvair.
And that's it for the Slot Rods Underground Winter Points Championship for 2023.
And that's it for us. We'll see you folks at the showdown in Motown.
Till then, I'm Randy Silvas,
And I'm Tony Mollick.
and you've been watching Slot Rods.
And we'd also like to give special thanks to the Frontier Club in Latrobe for hosting our Underground Series special. Next year, it's going to be even bigger and badder, guys.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No screaming aloud, though, you just get a glance. Don't try to swim game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch her soul blow from a distance, but give her some bass on, let the girl dance.
This has been a Slot Rods presentation.